down here, Errol's doing a bunch of dry land work and just getting back into the fitness part of the season, because during the ski season you get in really, really good skiing shape because you're skiing, probably on average 5 days a week for 15 runs a day. But you lose some of the exact fitness of being able to do pull-ups or being able to squat, stuff like that, that helps your skiing, but it's not specific skiing strength. And so we're working back into that because we were still on snow about just over 2 weeks ago. It's been kind of tough on me that there is no like handbook for skier cross coaching. It's such a new sport that there's a couple coaches like Eric Archer from Canada and Peter Lind from Sweden. Those guys grew up and they were kind of mediocre alpine racers, about mid to late 30s right now. And they saw skier cross starting to happen and realized they didn't have a future in traditional alpine racing and started doing the X Games 10 years ago and learning about skier cross. Yeah, they've got a huge advantage over us because Errol didn't start skier cross till 2 years ago and I essentially started this year. Errol and I have to brainstorm because we don't know what like the 5-year, 10-year progression of skier cross coaching and what you do is. So we just like, I guess we'll try this.
We trained really hard last summer, put together this program, and as I would like to say, the first airplane didn't fly, and I'm sure the first ship probably sunk. So we didn't have everything perfectly together and all the bolts tied into the beginning of the season.
I think we're doing pretty good. Like the camp at Bachelor a couple weeks ago, that was our first, I guess you can say, official camp with Errol and myself together and me in charge. And it was after the second day, he said, "This is the best camp I've ever had."
You could have received a number of funding, a vast amount of funding for your venture. But you broke away from the Americans and you're now trying to qualify for Jamaica.
We finally established that Errol was born in Brooklyn, but through his Jamaican father was entitled to Jamaican citizenship. It took us 6 years to finally get through and get Errol Jamaican citizenship, and he started representing Jamaica in the year 2008.
People are gonna say, is it that you're not good enough?
First run, I was up against Team USA, headed by Eric Fisher, one of America's up-and-coming downhill racers. So I had to put it all out there and gave her all I got and was able to come out on top. When I left the U.S., I was ranked second in the U.S. If the Olympics were tomorrow, we've qualified.
Just like that?
Well, based on our last season's results. So, you know, as long as I stay healthy, we'll be there.
Killing.
Everything we do is because of Errol and for Errol. He brings Jamaica into the elite of skier cross skiing.
The discipline that we're focusing on is ski cross. It's 4 people are let out of the start gate at once. And there's bank turns and jumps, rollers and different obstacles. You don't have to be a student of the sport. You can really understand, the first guy to the bottom wins. So that's what we are focusing on going into Vancouver. It'll be the first time it's in the Winter Olympics.
Tell me, when you're out there representing Jamaica in an obscure, what do you call it, obscure sport, really, because you're the only Jamaican who's participating in skiing.
I think I crossed that bridge a long time ago. I'm one of, a very few African Americans that, have ever undertaken skiing. So I feel like, this is something that, it isn't any different than anything I've dealt with from the first day I went skiing.
Why do you classify or use the term African American?
As a person of color, competing in a white-dominated sport, is you get the same, the same kind of comments as you do competing for Jamaica.
After the break, Errol's Jamaican roots are questioned.
You look quite non-white, non-black. There's an emerging race that you can't put in any one brackets.
And we take a journey into Errol's background.
I've dabbled in so much different stuff. I feel like I identify with everything right now.
of Lamar, which I didn't know anything about, and I was hitchhiking, an innocent traveler on my way from Lucy back